Leaving Florence, Oregon. There's a logging truck right there. 5:45 a.m. 5:45 a.m. You ever think what happens out here in the middle of the night while you're sleeping? Well, one thing, there's policemen out here keeping us safe. So, you see a policeman, tell him thank you. Or a policewoman. So you saw River Bridge in the dark. Of course, the sun's coming up in about 15 minutes. See the blue sky coming in there? The color of the sky in the morning is just profound. I mean, the way God made our planet all blue from space like that. My dad got up at 4:30 a.m. for 30 years in a row. And went and drove a truck 12 hours a day. Those were the real men, not like me. I mean, I'm a wimp compared to the men back then. They had to work with their hands. They didn't have the technology we have. He'd get up at 4:30 or 4 a.m. actually and be to work at 5 a.m. They didn't shower. They didn't put on fancy sprays and hair gels and no. They'd wake up, put their pants on, eat breakfast, take a coffee with them, and be in a semi-truck about 45 minutes later driving on the interstate for 12 hours. Just think about how profound that is. There goes the Franz bread guy right there. 5 a.m. in the morning, that guy's already on the road delivering bread. Or I think about the baker at your store. You go in and buy those donuts or a loaf of bread at the bakery. That guy has been working since midnight. The baker goes in at midnight, 12 o'clock at night. Certain people today believe there's no jobs. There's always jobs. There's been jobs since the day I was born. There's always jobs for people who want to work and make money. There's always jobs. If you don't want to work, there's no jobs. No. Anyone who wants to work can find 10 jobs right now that'll hire you right now. Day one, they're desperate for people. Oh, look at that light shining. Look at it. Doesn't that look cool right there? Whoa. Looks like a UFO coming out of the sky. He had his brights on, so. Oh, plus it was the fog, you see, made his lights look like that. Well, I just think about people who, you know, I'm comfortably in my bed. Now, I worked for 40 years of my life. I was raised on a small farm, but around farming community. I mean, I was basically working full-time by age 14. My dad made sure of that. And no, I'm not complaining. I mean, that was life. It was easy to do back then. I mean, when you're 16 years old, going to school, working, then come home and work for your parents for free. That's how you learn things. I'd rather be working than not working, I'll tell you that. Now, I'm retired now. I'm on Social Security. I've seen hard times in America where you couldn't get a job. Even in my lifetime, you couldn't get a job. Or the only job you could get would be a minimum wage job, and back then that was $5.25 an hour back then. Americans have the wrong idea on how to live. You know you do. You know you can feel it inside of you. Americans are stuck now. Most of them. You make good money, but you got a lot of debt. This is the most debt Americans have had in the history of America per person. Not to mention the $37 trillion national debt. So if you spend every day just paying off debt, what I'm telling you is what the Lord tells you, Jesus, you're more valuable than that. You are more valuable to the Lord than your house, your car, your credit card, your student loan. You're more valuable. And the Lord wants you to know that. I mean, it's like, look at your children. You don't value your children by how much money they have or by how much debt they owe. You value your children because you love them and they're your children. You wouldn't trade them for money. I mean, not a normal person wouldn't. That's how God sees you, as his child. Someone that he values greatly. He created you. He designed you. He values you. So whenever you get down in the world, thinking you're tired, exhausted, worn out, you don't have much value, that's not true. Remember, God values you greatly. In fact, God even values his enemies. He wants them to come to a knowledge of salvation. They even have a chance to be saved. That's how much God values human life in general. God is even trying to save those who hate him, his enemies. So you, a child of God, through Jesus Christ, salvation and forgiveness of sins and believing on the cross, how much more does God value you, his child? And Jesus says, I will never forsake you. I will always be with you. No one can snatch you out of my hand. I will be with you every minute of every day for all eternity. You can't get away from Jesus. He's your Father. And if you have wisdom, you do not want to get away from Jesus. You want more of Jesus. You don't want to get away from him. You want more of him. More love, more protection, more friendship, more wisdom, more guidance, more of everything. Just remember, God values you greatly. Especially those who are of the family of Christ.